Yeah, that's really how I'm feeling right now. Just to like, work on myself and things like that. Try to better myself as a person, as a dad, all around, like human being.
Yeah. Is it the fame? Is it something that you just don't like all the attention? Or
Yeah, starting to like shy away from the attention and things like that that come with it.
yeah, because it's like anything you do or say, it's all over the blogs. It's taken the wrong way. It's getting posted.
Yeah,
Like you can't even be yourself at this point.
yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, it's getting more so like lame type of thing.
It's official. The chaos has finally hit the fan. The highly anticipated exhibition fight between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis is officially off the table. The bout has been canceled, shut down, and completely scrapped. And this time, it's not just a rumor. The news comes directly from Jake's own most valuable promotions.
Nevertheless, Gervonta, on the other hand, he says something on IG. As soon as he did, everyone thought everything was A-OK. The fight was gonna go on with Jake, but that's not the case. Instead of Gervonta giving his reaction to his canceled exhibition with Jake that he was bragging about, instead he's celebrating the death of Victor Conte. That's as low as you can get. If you was feeling bad for Gervonta, don't feel bad no more. Why would you? Why should you when he is out here celebrating the death of a person who changed his life from bad to good, from worse to better, by doing the right thing?
You can almost hear boxing Twitter gasping in disbelief. Wait, that's it? Yep, it's over. If you had tickets, it's time to start planning that backup weekend, because Tank won't be walking to the Netflix ring anymore. To make things even crazier, Most Valuable Promotions is reportedly eyeing replacements like Anthony Joshua, Francis Ngannou, and even Terrence Bud Crawford. They're clearly trying to turn heartbreak into a blockbuster moment. Because let's be honest, any of those names stepping in would set the internet on fire all over again.
Yes, this is official. I received an email from Jake Paul Promotion, MVP, Most Valuable. They stated the Gervonta fight is officially off. It's canceled. It will not take place. And they're looking for a replacement, which they don't have it yet. We'll see if that's AJ, Andre Ward, Terrence Bud Crawford, or Francis Ngannou. These names make a whole lot of sense.
Right after the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis fight got scrapped, in comes Rolly Romero, the human sound effect machine, going off like someone just stole his Wi-Fi. He didn't even wait for the dust to settle. Raleigh's already out here threatening to slap Jake Paul across the face like it's some kind of team-building exercise.
Bro, I'll be ready in a week. I'll be ready to slap Jake Paul across the face in a week. Jake Paul gets knocked out cold by me, bruh. Jake Paul won't fight me, bruh. And Tank would have stopped him. Tank would have knocked him out cold. And I'm bigger and I'm stronger than Tank. Tank would have knocked him out cold.
You can tell he's been holding that one in since breakfast. And honestly, you've got to respect Raleigh's confidence. The man saying he's ready to fight in a week doesn't care if he's drunk and claims Jake's scared of him. Bro, the fight just got canceled and Raleigh's already out here cutting promos like it's WrestleMania. You almost forget he's got his own rematch drama with Ryan Garcia. He's out here blending heartbreak, beef, and open mic night energy all in one wild rant.
Jake fight in 2 weeks. No, and then they want to go waste their time with Ryan. Right, bro, Ryan Garcia done wasted 6 months of my life, bro. Because we're over here trying to figure out the a rematch because me and him obviously had a rematch clause, and then he don't want to fight me. And he wants to go run off and go fight Barrios and waste my time.
But that's Raleigh for you. Unpredictable, unfiltered, and somehow always hilarious. Even when he's mad, you couldn't script this guy if you tried. All you can do is sit back, grab some popcorn, and let him cook. And just when you think Raleigh's meltdown is the grand finale, yelling about slapping Jake Paul and calling out half of boxing, boom. Oscar De La Hoya strolls in like the substitute teacher who just canceled recess. With one swing of the legal bat, contracts, he crushed the internet's fantasy of Jake Paul versus Ryan Garcia. He dropped the scariest word in boxing, right after mandatory defense.
Why this fight is not going to happen. Ryan Garcia fights for DAZN, and Jake Paul fights on Netflix. I mean, that's pretty much the bottom line. Golden Boy has a contract with DAZN. Ryan Garcia has a contract with Golden Boy. And that's just the way it is. I mean, this is business.
You could practically hear the air get sucked out of Twitter when Oscar explained that Ryan's locked in with Golden Boy and DAZN, while Jake's committed to Netflix. Translation: different playgrounds, same dream-crushing reality. And honestly, Oscar's not wrong. You can't just hop from one streaming platform to another like you're skipping ads. This isn't some crossover episode. It's a multi-million-dollar maze with lawyers waiting behind every corner.
Oh, you're keeping me from making money and this and that and fighting. No, you have to go by the law, by the rules. You have a contract with DAZN. You have a contract with Golden Boy. It just doesn't happen that way. So anyway, Ryan Garcia's next fight will be announced by me, who he's fighting, and when he's fighting next.
But here's where things get spicy. Oscar wasn't just blocking deals. He was out here dropping life lessons mid-interview. You could tell he was half promoter, half disappointed dad, saying Ryan needs focus, a new trainer, maybe even a trip to Big Bear. Honestly, at this point, Ryan might need a vacation and a therapist before another training camp. But underneath all that Hollywood drama, Oscar's message landed. Boxing isn't a group chat fantasy, it's a business. And whether you love or hate him, he's right about one thing. Ryan Garcia's comeback will either be a redemption story or the next viral meltdown we just can't look away from.
Because I believe that Ryan loves to train. He loves to box. He just needs that to be in that mental state of mind that is going to be just 1,000%, in line, with boxing and fighting and world champion. That's got to be his mentality. So I believe he has it in him. We're just anxious and waiting for his return, and we'll have something ready for you in the next couple of months.
Right after Oscar De La Hoya slammed the legal brakes on the Jake Paul versus Tank Davis fantasy, in comes Michael Bisping, stepping up like the voice of reason at a family barbecue gone completely off the rails. Sitting at an airport, coffee in hand, he roasted the whole situation like he'd been waiting for this moment all week. Bisping called the idea of Jake Paul fighting Francis Ngannou bloody ridiculous. And honestly, he's not wrong. We're talking about going from Tank Davis, a guy who weighs about as much as a hotel pillow, to Francis Ngannou, a man who could probably punch through a Tesla door. That's not matchmaking. That's pure chaos theory in motion.
Jake Paul might be fighting Francis Ngannou, which is just absolutely bloody ridiculous. If you know the situation, it was supposed to be boxing Gervonta Tank Davis, a man that weighs 133 pounds or 135. Regardless, it's a man that is way, way smaller than Jake Paul. So that is just ridiculous, and I'm giving my thoughts on that.
You can almost hear Bisping thinking, Jake, my brother, pick a weight class before the multiverse collapses. And the best part? He's not even being hateful. He's just genuinely baffled like the rest of us. It's like watching someone go from playing chess to wrestling a grizzly bear because they got bored of pawns. But here's where it gets good. Bisping's tone shifts from "this is insane" to "but if Jake actually does it, I'll respect it." And honestly, same. Because if Jake steps in the ring with a powerhouse like Ngannou, that's not influencer boxing anymore. That's survival mode. That's write your will before round one kind of courage.
There's no way Jake Paul fights him. If he does, hey, listen, I'll be the first one to hold my hand up and say I was wrong. But I just don't think that's going to happen. Nate Diaz, yeah, I do believe that that would be a possibility. People are very interested in Jake Paul. He is a phenomenon in that.
You can't help but laugh picturing Jake trying to dodge sledgehammers while Netflix executives whisper, "This is great for engagement." And deep down, we all know we'd tune in. Not for the technique, not for the legacy, but because watching Jake Paul flirt with disaster might just be the wildest crossover event boxing's ever seen. It's the kind of fight where you don't dare blink, not out of suspense, but because you're low-key checking to see if Jake's still breathing after every punch.
I will say Jake Paul is definitely improving over the years. You can see the work that he's putting in, so I do respect that. Nothing but respect for anyone that steps foot in the ring, especially boxing, because it is very dangerous. And if Jake Paul was to do that against Francis Ngannou, that'd be a gamble, and I would have to respect it. Simple.
And just when you thought the matchmaking chaos couldn't possibly escalate, here comes Francis Ngannou, not with a punch, but with pure confusion. The man sounded like he was trying to solve a riddle when Jake Paul's team called. You could almost hear him thinking, "Wait, Gervonta Davis to me? Are you sure you dialed the right number?" He was so baffled he even asked, "Who's Jake?" And honestly, that might be the most unintentionally savage response of the year. That's like LeBron asking, "Who's Steph?" on live TV.
I will step in for Gervonta Davis and fight Jake Paul.
No, there's no such of thing happening. Basically, like how can they go from like Gervonta Davis to Francis Ngannou? Like, I mean, Gervonta Davis is a fantastic boxer, but and is a one-shot knockout artist. But come on, like the weight different and everything. It makes no sense.
Jake's team really tried to go from Tank Davis, 135 pounds of pure dynamite, to a man who could probably knock down walls just by sneezing. That's not a replacement. That's a Marvel-level plot twist. And the best part? Francis didn't even flinch at the money talk. TMZ threw out numbers like it was an auction, but Ngannou just stood there and said, "Bro, this isn't about money. This is about logic." Respectfully, he called it nonsense. And he's right. Imagine that size difference. Jake would need NASA clearance just to step into orbit with Ngannou. It got so bad that even Francis's own team thought it was a prank call. He wasn't flattered. He was offended. And honestly, I get it. You don't challenge a lion to a pillow fight and call it competition. Francis shut the whole thing down with calm, heavyweight confidence. And honestly, it might be the most polite knockout we've ever seen outside the ring.
Don't disrespect me like that. And then they even say like they even come out after and say, and what if the number are good? He sent out some number. I'm like, it's not about the number. If it was about the number, we could have started talk. I would have tell you, I'm not just interested. It make no sense for me. It's not my what I'm looking at.
So after all the chaos, canceled fights, viral rants, and heavyweight confusion, one thing is clear. The Jake Paul saga has officially become boxing's version of reality TV. One minute it's Tank Davis. The next it's Raleigh threatening slaps, Oscar waving contracts, Bisping sipping his tea in disbelief, and Francis Ngannou politely saying, "Nah, I'm good." It's drama, ego, and entertainment all tangled into one giant headline. But that's exactly why we love it, right? You never know if you're getting a fight announcement or a Netflix documentary teaser. Now it's your turn. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should Jake still fight this year or take a step back and rebuild the hype? Would you actually watch Jake versus Ngannou if it ever happened, or is that crossing into video game territory? Let's hear it. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel where we break the chaos down one jab at a time. See you in the next one.